and welcome to the Healing Garden. My name is Deb, and today we're going to be talking about a topic that is very dear to my heart and had a huge influence in my life, and that is the sport of BMX. And the thing is, the reason that I wanted to do this is because I really was thinking about how the sport actually influenced me from such a young age, and the resilience that it instilled in me, and how those lessons have factored into other parts of my life and actually helped me. So, for example, problem solving. So, when I was racing, I learned how to problem solve at a really young age. I started racing back in the day when we girls were called powder puffs. So, the lessons of life itself, like how to win and how to lose, and how both of those impact you. So I always, I think more or less it was my dad that instilled in me about winning with grace or being a humble winner, because he pointed out, and the sport pointed it out very abruptly, when one day you could be on top and the next day, you could lose. So it really was an opportunity to learn at a very young age that you don't win everything, and truthfully, that's okay, because losing or coming in last or crashing and not winning, although in the moment it's devastating, and really it could be devastating. I mean, I remember crying more than once and being upset more than once, but the reality to it is that it does teach you that the similar parts to life and circumstances change, and so how we treat somebody today affects possibly the situation later on. So if you act as though you're very powerful, just like winning the race, and then all of a sudden you treat that person terribly, and then you come back and now you've lost and that person won, well, that's time and circumstances, and roles change. So we should always treat people with kindness, compassion, and treat people as the golden rule says, and how we would want to be treated. And then, you know what? Then you don't need to worry about whether time and circumstances change, because you treat them the same all the time. So I think that would have been one huge lesson, to be humble. And also, losing teaches us that there are things in life that we can't control, and there are things in life that we can make the best out of, even if we can't control things. So when I raced, there were things that I could control, like getting enough sleep, letting my dad know what gear was best on the track. I could make sure that my bike was in good, working order, and I was healthy. But the things I couldn't control were what gate I got, the conditions of the track, the weather that day, who was in my moto. None of those things I could control for, but by being the best version of me and being prepared, then I could at least go out and tackle the things the best that I could. And that's the same in life. So just because there's obstacles that come up in life, you don't need to feel defeated. That you can prepare for those, even if they are out of your control. You can do the best that you can to prepare for them. And also, losing and not being the winner every day teaches us to reach for our goals and to work towards something. I mean, if everything was just handed to us and we just won absolutely everything, to be honest with you, although it feels good, I'm sure in the moment, it does probably get boring after a while. So losing every once in a while keeps us humble, it keeps us honest. And I believe that all of those things worked for me throughout life. And then couple that with getting to travel and it being such a wonderful family sport and having wonderful memories because my dad isn't with me anymore. I do have such awesome memories. And also, the wonderful friendships that I was able to make. And through social media, a lot of us connected later on in life and literally picked up where we left off many years ago. So these really have been lifelong friendships, and for that I'm very grateful, and I'm very grateful to the sport, and really it's just such a positive thing, and the connection to life, I just really wanted to share it. So thank you so much. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.